Moonwalk Out, which Marcus Aurelius, the great general and Stoic philosopher, would have translated into there is power in walking away. Hi. Cloudisms are everyday words and phrases that I've coined to help us mentally reframe, emotionally regulate, and spiritually connect to the now moment. I'm Claudia Cauterucci. I'm a Washington, D.C. based psychotherapist. I'm a psycho-spiritual coach, and I'm a fellow life traveler. So let's jump right in. Moonwalk Out is part of my series of having tools that help us manage relationships with narcissists or relationships with people who have selfish or narcissistic tendencies, where we feel not valued, hurt, we find ourselves in toxic dynamics. The way that I'd like you to picture using Moonwalk Out is like a decision tree. And when I was studying in my clinical psychology program, or sometimes doctors do it this way, we use a decision tree to identify symptoms. And so what happens is we say, well, this is the symptom. Could it be this disease? And when it's not this disease, we go over here. Could it be this one? And if we say, yes, it's this one, then we start looking for the symptoms underneath that and the treatment strategies. So the way that I'd like to use Moonwalk Out is to say, I'd like you to make your decision tree in this order. Your discernment process will go in this order. Number one, is this person available and willing for conversation, for dialogue, for repair around the miscommunication or the argument that you're having? If the answer is yes, you're likely in a healthy relationship. If this person has willingness, they will see your point of view. They will not interrupt. They will be vulnerable. They'll share their point of view. They will share their emotions. Great. Then the decision tree goes that way. You're good to go. If it's a no, if after you attempting, if after you asking, if after you're vulnerable and communicating what you feel and sharing about your own processes, thoughts, trauma, if the answer is no, and you still need to express yourself anyway, now this can be so that you feel like you've come to your own completion, or if you need to still express yourself to mark a boundary, even though you know you're not going to really be gratified by the other person, you're not really going to get what you want, but you still feel the need to communicate and express yourself, to mark a boundary, or to share who you are in order for you to come to completion, go ahead and do that. If that's still not the case, if this person, this is number 3, is going to listen to these things that they might do, they're going to fight, they're going to attack, they're only going to be in defense mode, meaning they're going to make it about you or say, this is why I had to do this bad behavior that I chose to do or made that comment. If they're going to defend, project, gaslight, or manipulate, meaning they're going to make it all about you, or they're going to tell you that you're the crazy one, or they're going to tell you that you're overreacting or being sensitive, or that the whole time that you're seeing the whole situation in a way where they're not willing to see your point of view. And how about this one? If you get the ick vibes, if for some reason you are feeling physically uncomfortable, even if you do not know how to put it into words, this is creepy, this is icky, this is pervy. If you get the ick vibes, with all of that list, know explanation required. Again, no explanation required. When someone does any of those things on that list, you moonwalk out. And I know it sounds funny, but the image is you just move into reverse, move off left stage. You can moonwalk out without having to say a thing. And usually, once you've been in a few cycles with someone who has narcissistic tendencies or who's super selfish or self-centered or egocentric in some way, you know that you expressing yourself isn't going to get anywhere. Or you saying, I'm having some pretty icky vibes that you know might be that you'll be gaslit or manipulated. Moon walk out. And I don't know if you just heard my dog bark, but I feel like there's meaning and symbolism and everything. So him barking with his protective bark is almost like validating. Moon walk out. Because as Marcus Aurelius said, he won so many wars. He was someone who knew how to fight, who knew how to win, who knew how to have victory. He said, sometimes there is a lot of power in just walking away. Thanks so much for sticking with this Moonwalk Out Cloudism. And if you like this content, please subscribe, share, let people know. This empowers folks. Give them these cloudisms, these words, these phrases, where they can keep them in their head and say, you know what? I'm going to moonwalk out. So like or comment and ask me for more. And I'll see you in the next cloudism.